Hello everyone. So in this series we are going to cover the AZ-900 real-time question and answer, which is Microsoft Azure fundamental. So the question will be like worth 1,000 points, and you have to secure 700 points to pass this examination. So let's start. The first question is the type of the radio button. From this, you have to select yes or no. If your statement is true, then you have to select true. All otherwise, you have to select no. So let's read the first question. A platform as a service that hosts web apps in Azure provide full control of the operating system that host application. Second one is a platform as a service solution that hosts web apps in Azure provide the ability to scale the platform automatically. And third one is a platform as a service solution that hosts web apps in Azure, provide professional development service to continuously add feature to the custom application. So correct answer for the first one is no. First statement is incorrect. And second statement that host web apps in Azure provide ability to scale the platform automatic. So if the customer or the count of the customer is increasing, then it will automatic like you scale the platform. And if the count is getting decreased, then it will like decrease the it will remove the resources which is automatically added. And third one is the platform as a service that hosts web Azure professional development. So this statement is also correct. Let's move to the next one. So Azure provides flexibility between CapEx and OpEx. Second one, if you create two Azure virtual machines that use business to site size, each virtual machine will always generate the same monthly cost. And when an Azure virtual machine is stopped, you continue to pay storage costs associated to the virtual machine. So first statement is correct. This provides the flexibility between capex and opex. Second one is a incorrect statement. If you have the two virtual machine that is business to service, so this depend upon the what kind of the resources you are using. So this statement is false. When an Azure virtual machine is stopped, you continue to pay storage cost associated with the virtual machine. You have stored something on the disk, then also you have to pay. So please make sure when you are stopping and that resource or virtual machine is not required, then you need to like remove the storage thing also. Third is question is this question require that you evaluate the underlying text to determine if it is correct. When you are implementing a software as a service, you are responsible for configuring high availability. So best example for software as a service is our Outlook, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel. These are example of the software as a service. So these are the instruction given. Review is underlined text. If the make the statement correct, if no change is needed, then statement is true. No change is needed. Define scalability rule, installing the SaaS solution, configuring the SaaS solution. So correct statement is D. So consider if you want to use the Microsoft PowerPoint, you just have to configure as per your requirement. You don't have to like define the rule or anything. Next question is you have an on-premise network that contains several servers. So you have considered you have any company, this is a company A you have that has a multiple server. Multiple server are there, correct? You plan to migrate all the server to Azure. So your plan is that you want to move the all your service to AZ. You need to recommend a solution that ensure that the sum of the server are available if single Azure data center goes offline for the extended period. What do you include in the recommendation? Fault tolerance, elasticity, scalability, low latency. So correct statement is the fault tolerance. The main meaning of the fault tolerance, consider there are three server. You have stored some of your document or some of your database in any server. So what it will do, it will replicate same detail in the other server also. So it will replicate the same detail. So consider this server is located in some place. So consider if any condition, due to any condition, it will fail. So you can fetch your data from this server. If this will also fail, then you can fetch your data from this server. So that's why fault tolerance is the correct one. Next question is, an organization that hosts its infrastructure in a private cloud can close its data center. Review the underlying text. If it mark the statements correct, select the no change is needed if the statement is incorrect. So no change is needed in hybrid cloud, in a public cloud, on a hyper V host. So correct statement is C, in a public cloud. Then next question is, what are the two characteristics of the public cloud? Each correct answer present to complete solution. So while you are preparing for AZ-900, so please make sure you go through the like what is a public cloud, then what is a private cloud, and what is the hybrid cloud. Please go through with this clearly what are the difference between this, and also what is the IaaS, then second is what is the PaaS, what is the platform as a service, and third one is the software as a service. So these two things you need to keep in mind before you are appearing for exam, because this kind of the question falls sure. With this concept, this two concept, two or three question you will able to find in the exam. So let's go to this question. Each correct answer present the complete solution. Dedicated hardware, unsecured connection, limited storage, meter pricing, and the self-service management. So correct answer is D, meter pricing, E, self-service management. If it is a public, so you will get your monthly bill according to the what kind of the virtual machine resource storage you have used, and most of the thing you have to do like self-service management. Next question is, when planning to migrate a public website, when you're planning to migrate a public website to Azure, you must plan to pay monthly usage cost. Okay, so what is the instruction given here? So instruction is, review the underlying text. If it make the statement correct, select the no change is needed if the statement is correct. So correct answer is no change is needed because your site is already in the public website to Azure, and you are planning to pay monthly. You can plan for the quarterly, yearly, anything you can plan as per your requirement. Then next question is, your company plan to migrate all its data and resource to Azure. The company migration plan states that only platform as a service solution must be used in Azure. You need to deploy an Azure environment that meet the company migration plan. You create an Azure App Service and Azure SQL database. Does this meet the goal? And correct option is yes, it meet the goal. And one thing I want to like let you guys know. So the question I am like displaying on the screen. So same question you will get in the exam with the same wording. You will see nothing is changed. If you remember able to go through this question two or three times, so you're able to like remember. I'm just telling this. I'm not telling you to by heart all the question, like remember everything, but you just go through the twice or thrice at least. So we'll able to understand the concept also and what is the reason, everything you will able to. And in the first attempt, you will be able to clear the exam. Nine question is your company plan to migrate all its data and resource to Azure. The company migration plan states that only platform as a service solution must be used in Azure. So here it is migrating all the data and resource to Azure. You need to deploy an Azure environment that meets the company migration plan. Okay, so let's see. This is incorrect statement. Next question is your company plan to migrate all its data and resource. Okay, and this is the no. Now the next question is your company host an accounting application named App1 that used by all customer of the company. App 1 has low uses during the first 3 weeks of the each month, very high uses during the last week of the each month. Correct. So, which benefit of the cloud service support cost management this type of the uses plan pattern? So, correct option is option C because let's so as per calendar, so we are dividing every month in the four part. So this is month. So in the first month, they found there is very low use, low use. Correct. But in the last month, last week of the month, they found the more customer are getting attracted. So here, cloud will use the concept of the elasticity. In the elasticity, add the nu- add, as the number of user increases, as the number of user getting increases. So it will what it will do? It will like add more server, more storage, so that user without any disturbance or without any slow processing, user can get the actual data what they are requesting for from the server. Next question. This question comes like if 10 people are appearing in the exam. So for 7, this question will be sure. Which cloud deployment model is used in the Azure Virtual Machine and Azure Data SQL Database? So Azure Virtual Machine, Azure SQL Database. So correct statement is if we are using the virtual machine, it will be come under the infrastructure as a service, and if you are using the SQL database, so it will come as a platform as a service. So in the last 2 minutes before I have told you like guys right, if you are able to understand the IAS, PAS and SAS, so you will able to get at least two. So if your concept is clear, so here you will get 2 point at least. Next question is you have an on-premise network that contain 100 server. So this is on-premise network which contain 100 server. You need to recommend a solution that provide additional resource to your user. The solution must minimize capital and operational expenditure cost like capex and opex cost. So complete migration in the public additional data center private cloud or the public cloud or a hybrid cloud. So the correct option is the like hybrid cloud. So whatever you have this, if you have something sensitive data like user ID, user password, credit card detail, phone number, email ID, and other thing like government ID detail, so that you can store in the private cloud, and the data which is not very sensitive, so that can be stored in the public cloud. So public plus the private is equal to hybrid. So correct option is a hybrid cloud. Next question is for each of the following statements, select yes if it is true, otherwise select no. To achieve a hybrid cloud model, a company must always migrate from private to private cloud model. Then second is company can extend the capacity of internal network by using the private public cloud. And in a public cloud, model. Only guest user can use at your company can access the resource in the cloud. So first option is incorrect. So it is not required if you are in the public cloud or a private cloud. You can move to the hybrid cloud, and the company can extend its capacity of its internal network. Then public cloud, only guest user at your company can access resource in the cloud, which is also a wrong statement.